hope these messages find you in good wealth, in good health, and in good spirits. I want to take a moment to thank my guides, guardians, and ancestors, but most of all, most importantly, my creator, but also any lesser deities that do choose to come forward and help me with these messages for you today. I do feel and have been feeling like there's I think I even said in another reading that the ancestors have been coming through very, very strong. I feel like for whatever reason, this is a time that we need to maybe get closer to whatever it is that we work with spiritually. So if you just pray to, God, like the Most High, do more of that. If you set up your altars to certain deities, if you pay homage to certain ancestors, whatever it is that you do, I feel like we need to get back in tune and back in practice. I feel like there's people that have maybe, I don't want to say like gotten off the beaten path, but life happens and we get busy, you know what I mean? And so I am feeling like we need to get more in tune. It's been coming through like more in tune or back to routine. I feel like honestly it's just like needing to pay more attention. I feel like the other side is kind of beating down the door, if you will. And some people are, maybe life is too loud right now for you to be able to hear what's going on the other side or the messages that are coming through. Also, we've talked about the scramble and the new frequencies that are being emitted, and that being very hard to discern what's happening right now. I'm getting and have been getting a very loud message to be still, to center, and possibly there's been a question lately, a reoccurring question to me about grounding and protection techniques. And a lot of people have been, using the ribbon or the cord that comes from the solar plexus, or the heart chakra or the root chakra, or even whatever it is, like your visualization, you have a cord or roots or whatever that go down into the earth and embed themselves as deep as they can, and sometimes even go through the earth and wrap around to anchor you. And I'm feeling that may not be the best route for some people in this time. There is possibly you're a little bit too reliant on grounding and the earth or this construct completely. It's quite possible that you're like I said, a little bit too reliant on that. And there is a balance, right? We don't want to go too much into other realms. We don't want to get too lifted. We don't want to get too out there. And we also don't want to become too grounded. So there's a lot of, it's like you've tried so hard to ground yourself. But remember when I talked about the new frequencies and scrambles being able to mimic nature, right? So this is part of the issue that I have found in the information that was given to me. So part of the reason that we're getting confused is because we're still completely reliant on that recharge space of nature, but now that we're not even able to fully trust those sounds and those frequencies, we have to step back a little bit. As I'm told, we have to step back a little bit. And I am told that we will be able to see that for what it is, but we have to step away from it in order to see the bigger picture. I hope that makes sense to someone out there. And this is probably going to be a real shit message. I don't even know if I did the intro because, yeah, just the channel started happening. So yeah, I'm told that we need to step back away from that. I am not telling you to rip your roots out completely, especially where I need to make completely clear. First of all, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. So take it and do with it what you want. But also, if you are not in a place where you're able to go to and from dimensions, you're able to maybe take yourself to a higher frequency, you're able to maybe take those roots out a little bit and, take yourself to a higher frequency. Usually this is going to be people with mental health issues, people with addiction issues, substance addiction to be exact, excuse me. So if you know that about yourself, then please don't do that, because it's better for you to stay completely grounded, even if it's under deception, as long as you're not so far out that you get carried away with yourself. So that could be an issue if you do have some sort of mental health issues, if you've got some chemical imbalance going on, if you have a tendency to possibly, they're showing me like hallucinations, and they're showing me the mind, they're showing me a map to someone's mind that keeps running back into itself. So yeah, I'm really taking that as like mental health issues, or even like self-induced psychosis. They're showing me, yeah, states of self-induced psychosis. Also, they're showing me permanent damage from something like acid. What they're showing me is not an organic. This is not going to be someone who like did psilocybin or did ayahuasca and never came back. This was definitely some form of a man-made substance that hallucinate. I'm also seeing, wow, okay, this is a lot of you. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, this is going to have to be a real shit message. Okay, so this advice is only for a select few of you, because and no judgment, but there's not very many people that are on a high enough frequency and haven't been messed with enough, as far as like layered in personalities and forms of psychosis and things in the brain that have not been broken, so that you're able to clearly see and ground yourself, like in your own reality, not necessarily ground yourself in the construct, within itself. But if you're able to walk to and from very easily, then this message is for you, right? So if you're having issues, and I apologize, this message is all over the place, but they're like coming through very strong today, and very fast. So my apologies for being all over the place if it is coming out that way. Yeah, there's something about the dark side of the moon. They're actually showing me the left side of the moon lit up. I don't even know what moon cycle that is. Y'all know I'm not that into astrology. I think it's a great guide, but it's not, we do the zodiac signs here on the channel. It's for entertainment purposes only. It's cool if you can get something out of it, and if you're coming from a higher place, you'll usually be able to apply it to yourself and get some help from it. But let's be real, that does not control us. It doesn't dictate our life. It's a good starting point. It can guide you, but what I do is read energy. I throw all of the I'm not into it. It's cool if you're into it. No shame, but your astrological chart, your natal chart, and all of that, it doesn't define you, especially if you have been rocking with me for a while and you completely understand at least two types of consciousnesses, is that a word? Consciousness that inhabit the vessel, right? So you've got definitely two types. You've got one that was created within this construct, the matrix, if you will, and then you've got one that was created outside of this construct, right? The infinite being the organic consciousness, like BTV calls it the raw consciousness, stuff like that. So if you're understanding that, then you understand where I'm coming from. And there's only so many that are coming from that. I mean, there's a lot, don't get me wrong. Like, we are not the only ones. I am not the only one. But in comparison, there's just not that many. And so for those of you that are on that level, and I want to make it very clear that I'm not discrediting or downplaying or saying there's anything less than, if you're either not to that point or you don't resonate with that at all. But at this point, things are so confusing and there's so much being thrown at you, and the frequencies, I'm seeing they've actually thrown a couple more things in. There's been quite a few mutations since the last read I did on this. Then it is better for you to stay completely grounded within this construct, because it is safer. There are those that are being led to do things. So I spoke about this, I want to say in 2020. where when we were looking at the control panels and we were looking at the actual virus and we were looking at the tunnels, we were looking at the actual program, right? Some people were seeing the dragon program, which I saw long ago. But if you've heard me talk in 2019, I believe I told you about the past life memories with Constantine, and we went over the Order of the Dragon and all of that. And so in 2020, I think I told you that there were people that were getting tricked, basically. And that's why those memories were coming up. There were people that were getting tricked. We are going to get into the cards, maybe not in the real shit. We'll do another daily, but this, y'all know I got to give it how I get it. So the people are being tricked to deprogram and reprogram things that lower level entities and what I call hitchhikers are not able to do on their own. So even if you possibly started out as a raw consciousness or something like that, which we've talked about before, them going through the bloodlines, and this is we've talked about when people get abducted and, they have memories of alien abduction and how the DNA has been messed with and it's been tampered with and it's been extracted and rearranged, shut down, opened up, spliced in. Also, I got that a lot in the year 2017 and in 2019, how DNA was being spliced in. And so this is what I was shown causes a lot of your dissociative disorders like DID and stuff like that, or what's multiple personality disorders. And again, this is entertainment. I am not a doctor. This is entertainment. Okay, it's a bunch of hoopla. It's a bunch of spiritual woo-woo. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, legally, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. So anyway, we were shown that this was part of them trying to create a machine on their own, right? They're trying to create something that is pretty much unable to be mimicked, but they're trying to mimic it anyways. So while they're doing this, they're layering in other things and they're rearranging. Basically all your DNA is codes, right? They're rearranging the codes, they're rewriting the codes. Now they are able to go into those people that they've done that to, okay? And they're able to, if you remember in January, I believe, I came and I spoke to you about the portals and the wormholes and the tunnels that we had opened up, right? And they were never supposed to be locked. Well, I've had more than 4 people come to me within the last week that have been in some way or another asked to close out the portals and the tunnels. All of these people I have noticed have had layered DNA and rewritten codes within them from an outside source. Okay, if you can follow me, cool. If not, I'm a crazy lady. This is not the video for you. I don't know what I'm talking about. I am not a doctor. Okay, legally, entertainment purposes only. So for those people, they are being tricked to shut things down and close things. And so those of you that are on the level that you are able to walk to and from, and you are seeing they would start mowing like right in the middle of this video. I apologize, y'all. It's been quiet all morning. Those of you that are able to see that there's something really funky going on, I'm probably not telling you much that you don't know. I may be filling in a little bit of blanks, but that's about it. If I'm talking to you, you've already seen the mutation. You've already been getting hit. You've seen it in your own life. You've seen it on the macro and the micro, right? Multifaceted. You've seen it on every level, in every thing, right? So it is up to us now. They've told me and have been telling me, I just wasn't quite sure how to interpret it, what I was seeing, I guess, that we're gonna have to kind of take those roots out a little bit and step out, so that you will be able to see there's an energy signature, okay? There's an energy signature that you will be able to see, so that you will be able to decipher where those codes are coming from. And if you can imagine, and if I'm talking to you, you already know what this looks like. The sort of network, right? So if you look at like the connections, the energetic connections, even on something like the World Wide Web, right? The networking, right? The frequencies and the signals that attach everywhere and go to and from, right? There are energy signatures within this construct that are now, they look different. I don't know what they're going to look like to you, but they look different. And you should be able to, once you disconnect, you should be able to look at those and see the energy signatures and know which ones to trust. This is going to help you now with your downloads. And if you've had any implanted information, if you've received any false downloads, if you've had anything that doesn't quite seem right and you're not knowing what to trust, this is now going to help you decipher what is now part of the corruption, the corrupted signals, and what is still the pure information, okay? That is one thing that is going to help you. So what else? If you do not have the cords, okay? If I'm talking to you, you know what I'm talking about. If you are one of the beings that does not have the cords, you, my dears, you, my babies, unfortunately, I'm in there with you. So I know we didn't need any more shit to deal with. I get it. But it is kind of up to you to do the bulk of that. It's going to take as many of us that can get with it to get with it and do it. The ones that have cords can definitely help. So if you have a cord, if you resonate with what I'm talking about with your cord that grounds and goes into the earth, we need you too, okay? Because the more, so if you can imagine, like, we're all linked. So the more that like one person sees, it kind of emits that frequency to the rest of us. It may not be outright, like you may see something today and I may not receive that information from you until 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, right? It could be going snail mail. We don't know, especially because all of the twists and turns that have happened within this last mutation specifically. But we need you too. But for those of you that do not have the cord, and you know, if you know, you know, we're being asked to do the bulk of it. I'm not sure why, but I will tell you this. It is more important now than ever to take care of yourself, because it is absolutely fucking draining, okay? It can lead you to snap on people, snap on your kids, snap at your job, you know, just be outright snappy. You might be experiencing all of a sudden weird road rage, like any little thing, like somebody just says something out of just complete, you know, innocence, you know, and it just rubs you the wrong way and you just want to freaking snap on them, you know. Also, it can literally create health issues, okay? There's a lot of inflammation within the body. It's too much. You'll be wanting to eat like shit. You'll be wanting to drink. You'll be wanting to, you'll be craving carbs, especially like if you're usually a healthy person and like all of a sudden you're craving like shit food, there's a lot that's happening there, okay? And it's like you're really having to fight your body now more than ever. And it's so important, because what you are doing, consciously or unconsciously, I pray for you that it is consciously at this point, because it's so tricky. Everything is so tricky. I've been hearing trap and entrapment for weeks. So it's very, very important for you to take care of your body. Get the best rest that you can, even if you're not getting good sleep. You know, I talk about this all the time because I don't sleep that much and I never get good rest. Even if you lay down and shut your eyes for 15 minutes, if it's solid rest, it's better than being restless laying down for 2 hours. You hear me? It's important. It's important that you're getting good solid rest. It's important that you're putting good things in your body. It's important that you're taking care of yourself, because the work that we are doing is causing a lot of physical symptoms, okay? So it's really, that's so, so important. Drinking a lot of water, okay? Make sure that your water is filtered. Of course, if all you have is tap water, then that's all you have. We do the best we can with what we have, okay? I'm not telling you to quit doing everything that may be bad for you. I know I have a lot of different people from a lot of walks of life. Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I like cheesecake too. I like nicotine. I like beer. I like tequila. I'm not saying but I am saying we really, really need to watch it, okay? Because the physical symptoms that it is causing with the work that we're doing is detrimental. I'm not sure why. It's like we're not able to bounce back the way that we were before. It's taking longer. Our messages, our telepathy towards one another they're taking longer. I mean, seriously, we're like back in the day when they were sending mail by horse or pigeon, okay? It's taking so much longer, and we're getting the messages almost too late, okay? Same thing with our health when we're doing this work. It's taking a lot more than it used to bounce back. So there's something very significant about the inflammation in the body, especially for those of you that have already recovered from serious illnesses like blood diseases, cancer, any sort of liver or kidney damage, heart issues, anything like that. It's taking you a lot longer, almost scary longer. Like if you do not keep on top of it, it is possible that you will not be able to recover, okay? We're not out here playing hero, okay? So if you think that, well, at least I died for a good cause, bullshit, take care of yourself. Do you hear me? Take care of yourself. I am telling you now, the bulk of this is on those of us without cords. But also, we have a responsibility to ourselves and the responsibility to those that depend on us to take care of ourselves. So be very, very careful. Make sure that you're getting your rest time in. Make sure that you're getting your meditation time in. Make sure that you're going back. If I'm talking to you, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure that you're going back to the place of healing. Make sure that you're fully recovering, okay, before you continue. And make sure when you get back here to 3D that I'm telling you, you're gonna have to fight your body more now than ever. For some of you, I don't know why this is coming through, but you really need to think who you are going to, as far as the people that are doing your hair, your nails, your tattoos, anybody that's touching you, anybody you are so susceptible right now to everything. Okay, if you're having sex with somebody, whatever you're doing, anybody that's touching you, exchanging fluids with you, putting anything, a tattoo that's putting ink into your skin, okay? There's anything that is touching your body, anybody that's messing with your hair is a spiritual tool, okay? Anybody that's doing your nails, think about the points in your hands, okay? Think about people, what energy is transferred when people are touching your hands, okay? If you're going, whatever you're doing, think about your pap smears, whatever. You really, really need to pay attention to who you're going to. If you get a bad vibe, reschedule or switch people. You hear me? I know I'm talking to somebody out there. I know I'm talking to several people out there. They're showing me a whole group. I'm seeing ears perk up like, huh? What? Why? Because you got a bad feeling the last time you were at the nail girl or the fucking pedicure place or the hair place. You got a bad feeling the last time you sat down at a restaurant. You got a bad feeling. So somebody, literally, I'm seeing somebody get Wendy's for somebody else and they touch the bag and they get like a shiver up their spine. I'm telling you, you need to be very, very careful. You are so susceptible right now. And it's so important because it's like almost to the point of no return. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but there's a bigger thing here. So let's talk about, I don't know if I'm going to get flagged for saying this. I sure the hell hope not. The vaccination, okay? Many of us will be forced to take it. It is so important that you keep yourself up and pay attention to what's going on, because the way that works and the reconstruction and the breaking down of the cells, you're going to need your play. It's not just that they're messing with the DNA anymore. That too. Like, we're fighting so much now. Where am I at on this video? Oh, okay, we're going to end it soon. It is so important that you have everything in order and be at your optimal place in order to fight that and reconstruct and adapt and still continue on in a healthy manner. And I think I'm just going to leave it there, because if you know, you know, okay? I know that was jumbled. I know it was all over the place. I apologize. I love you all so much. We didn't get into the cards because we usually don't on Real Shit Messages, but they are purely channels, as, yeah, y'all know. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. So I'll see you all in a minute with the daily. I love you all, and be safe out there.
Gina, she's so spicy.